Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Barcelona get the victory against Getafe. Barcelona win 1-0 at home. And in a solid performance, it wasn't a particularly blitzing performance or wonderful performance. I would say it was solid, and Barcelona get the job done. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. And as well, guys, if you guys want to join and talk about the game, feel free. Just go on X, click on the StreamYard link, and just like NJ just joined right now, if you guys do want to join and also give your thoughts about the match, feel free. NJ, what is up, man? How are you? NJ, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Perfect. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. But guys, before we get started and we talk about the match, let's look at Barcelona's lineup because for the match, you had some rotations, but not really. You had Iñaki Peña coming in for Marc-Andre Ter Stegen out for roughly the season. It's a shame. And Chesney, which I am going to be making a video talking about, he is going to be the goalkeeper to replace him. But you had Balde, Inigo, Kubarsi, and Jules Koundé start in that back line. The starting lineup, basically the starting back line. And in the midfield, you had Marc Gasol return, and you had Eric Garcia giving some rest to Pedri, as Pedri was accumulating some minutes. And up top, you had basically the same front line that started against Villarreal: Paulo Torre, Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, and Rafinha. Now, NJ, when you saw the starting lineup, did you like it, or did you want to see some other changes, for example?
The match facing against Getafe, I was okay with their lineup because it kind of balanced it out because you know how physical they were during the game.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's
just so
true.
to we needed players who are like physically strong to get out from the jail, basically.
Okay. And were you in agreement for Pedri being rested? Because I view that as a surprise, but at the same time, I understand why Hansi Flick opted to rest Pedri. You know.
Because again, how they play. They're gonna tackle you. You see how they tackle the players.
Yeah. Well, of
So
course.
it made sense to Pedro bench for the game.
Okay. And did you like Paulo Torre in that number 10? Because I thought he had like a solid performance in
Yeah.
that position.
Okay, so with Paulo
Okay.
Torre, yeah, like come on, like we know that Torre is good. He brings a different version of a number 10 style, game. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, but again, we'll see how he goes more and forward. But for now, so far so good. Like I have no
Okay.
complaint with him.
Okay. And in the first half, you saw Lewandowski get the only goal of the night, and it was through an action which Eric
Yeah.
Garcia. Let me see if I can find the photo or anything. But it was Eric Garcia making a pass out wide to Lamine Yamal, and Lamine Yamal, he passes it to Jules Koundé, who's making overlapping run. Jules Koundé, he puts in the cross, and Lewandowski's just in the right place in the right time, and is able to just basically tap the ball in. But it was a very, very good positioning from Robert Lewandowski, and that was the only goal of the night. And
Yeah.
honestly, it was really solid. It was really
Yeah.
solid from Barcelona throughout the entirety of the match. But NJ, I want to know your opinions on the match as a whole. Like what did you make of the performance tonight from Barcelona?
All right. So before that, so I want Kunde to do more of overlapping markets. He's good at it, but he just needs to be more right. To
Okay.
be more aggressive with that. Okay, so the whole game,
Mm-hmm.
like we know it's gonna be a hard game because they're very physical. They're very
Yeah.
rigid.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
For me, I didn't like to me. Whatever was the score line, as long as we win, I was okay with it because I knew that during the whole 90 minutes they're gonna make us tired because of getting hit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
the thing is that I was like, oh, I was good with it. The back four, they were really solid with their defensive. Like yes, there is some, but come on, it happens in football, right?
Yeah, of course. Like some scares happen and everything.
Yeah,
But as you mentioned, I felt like the backline overall was really, really good.
yeah,
It
it's
didn't allow
solid. Yeah,
Getafe to have any
yeah,
chances. It was, I think, that once header from Perez, ex-Barcelona player, and then
yeah,
as well towards the end of the match in which Majoral has like a clear-cut opportunity.
yeah.
But other than those two chances, I don't really see like Barcelona, giving much to Getafe, and that's much
Exactly.
improved
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we
It's
we
better
struggled
defense.
against this team,
Yeah,
in the past.
yeah.
We struggled against them. But
The mid,
continue, NJ.
yeah, but in the midfield, what I've seen during between Eric Garcia and Casado, like they switch role. Like how normally the Casado and Pedri play. Like Pedri normally goes up front, then
Yeah.
Casado
Uh-huh.
goes back. So they
Uh-huh.
switched it. So they made Eric play the defensive section while Casado
Yeah.
do more the aggressive part, which is
Uh-huh.
good when they flip. But yeah, with Eric Garcia, you know, he was
And it makes sense. And it makes sense because Marc Casado, I would say out of the two players, Eric Garcia and Marc Casado, Marc Casado, he has more options. I feel
mhm,
he feels more comfortable going forward. And Eric
yeah,
Garcia, he is a center back at the end of the
yeah.
day who's
So
playing
yeah,
in that base of the midfield,
yeah.
as like a makeshift pivot,
Yeah,
so sort of say.
so basically we're playing like pretty much three center backs half the time, most of the time, because because Air Grave dropping down, most of the time. But yeah,
Precisely. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Precisely.
overall, yeah, but overall the defense duties were really good. Like it was solid. Like you know, I give them 9 out of 10 because
Okay.
they
Mm-hmm.
really did good in defensive.
Uh-huh.
Like again, it happens in football, but
Uh-huh.
but most of the
Precisely.
time,
Precisely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm proud of the
Um,
defense side.
the defense was solid. The defense was solid. I
Yeah.
don't think you can really critique him, and I'd say that for the entirety of the team as a whole, because obviously, for example, the
Yeah.
scoreline only says 1-0. The scoreline
Yeah.
only says 1-0.
Yeah.
Barcelona, they win through a Lewandowski goal. Maybe it's a little bit scruffy, but Barcelona is not going to win every game. A
Yeah.
5-1, a
Yeah. But
4-1.
it's not always Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. It's not always Christmas. We are gonna have to have these games where
Yeah.
you're gonna be struggling. But Barcelona did get clear cut opportunities. You saw that
Oh yeah, a lot.
Rafinha
Yeah, there's a lot
header.
of them. Yeah.
There were some chances for Barcelona to increase that score line, but we didn't. It wasn't our day in front of goal. I would say we did miss some chances. Lamine
Yeah, that's
Yamal, he
true.
hit the crossbar. Eric Garcia missed like a point blank
Yeah,
shot where he's
Yamal missed as
yeah
well.
skies it. Yeah, exactly. So
But I think,
Barcelona, they get like the 1-0
yeah,
victory, and we get the 3 points, which at the end of the day is the most
yeah,
important thing.
yeah. But you can see like our attacking is more fluid, they're more engaging, more and more and more,
Mm-hmm.
which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we miss a lot, but it happens in football. It happens. It's normal.
Uh-huh.
Not
Yeah.
not not, not every shot gonna go in. But
Yeah.
again, as long as you know it's gonna be there.
Uh-huh. And even Jules Koundé at the end of the match, he did, basically say the same thing that we're saying. He says, we're happy to get the 3 points. Facing Getafe is always difficult for us. He says, apart from the first few minutes, we played a good game. We had chances to score more, but you don't always win by big margins. Flick is a world-class coach. Every player is enjoying each training session under him. And, NJ, I want to ask you, just in this type of performance, like, do you have any critiques to Hansi Flick particularly or anything like that? Because we were talking about,
Yeah.
in the watch along, just like saying potentially substitutions, you know, um, did he substitute the wrong players? But in this game, I have no qualms with Hansi Flick. I think he managed the game perfectly. And these are just one of those games in which it's difficult,
Yeah.
but you get the 3 points and you move on. It's anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing that I saw like that he was trying to bring in Ansu Fati, but again the
Uh-huh.
scoreline was 1-0, and he
Hmm.
saw how they played all the time. So it was like,
Hmm.
yeah. You could say, oh yeah, he should have brought Ansu Fati. Same time, in my opinion, your opinion might might work, it might work, right? So it was a
No,
50-50 chance, right?
no, yeah,
So what he did was the right thing. Even though, yeah, I know people are not a big fan of Ferran Torres, but he was there to
no.
ruin the
Uh,
defense side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ferran Torres, he actually came on in the second half in replacement for Lewandowski, which I like that Hansi Flick is doing. He's substituting Lewandowski off 75th, 70 minute, giving
Yeah.
Lewandowski 20 to 15 minutes of rest each game. And we saw this under Xavi, for brief instances, but under
Yeah.
Xavi was a little bit different. The
Yeah.
necessity to
It
play
was different.
Robert
Yeah.
Lewandowski all the time was there, and I like that Hansi Flick is resting Lewandowski because he is up there in age. He is
Yeah.
getting there, and Barcelona, they are going to have to rest players because it's a long season. It's a
Yeah.
long season,
We're
and
only in September.
yeah, we're only in September.
It feels
The
like
game.
we only played like 20 games already.
Yeah, we did. We played 7 matches, in La Liga and one in the Champions League, and that's not basically not the end of it. We're going to be playing so
Yeah.
many more games.
Yeah.
The season is just basically starting. We're going to have the Copa del Rey coming in January, the Super
Hmm.
Copa España as well,
Yeah.
and that's and as well the international fixtures as well. So something that we can't
Yeah.
forget. These players are also
Hmm.
are international players.
Right. Yeah.
And you know, overall, I'm really happy with what I saw from
Yeah.
Barcelona. I know some people are already saying, "Oh, why didn't Barcelona, win
Yeah.
by a
Exactly.
huge goal
Yeah. That's the thing,
margin?"
though.
But, but I mean, like that's not gonna happen. Like not every
Yeah.
single game is gonna be like that. But
Yeah. But
I will give Hansi Flick praise right here. 7 out of 7, flawless in La Liga,
yeah.
multiple players out injured, and zero complaints, and he just keeps on going.
Yeah. 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 We keep moving forward. No, no excuses. Game's a game, right? It happens. It's
Hmm.
normal. The thing is about what we learned about this game is that they can play physical defense with the opponents if they know how to do it properly. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, it was a yeah. So it was all the defense did all the work
Hmm.
for the team. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. One
Precisely.
zero. So what? So
Uh-huh.
what was 1-0?
And something that I did notice towards the end of the match is that Lamine Yamal at the end of the match he appeared to be limping, but reports have been coming out. It's nothing much. It was just like a bruise on the
Yeah,
ankle,
or like
and
cramps. Yeah,
that
come on. Yeah,
yeah, or you're just
it
cramp something
happens.
like that,
He's
and
still
and
young. He's yeah. His body's still like growing.
and precisely, and as long as Lamine Yamal he isn't feeling any pain or anything like that,
Yeah,
then that's perfectly fine because
as
then that's
long
where
as
issues come to start up in
yeah,
regards to his
yeah.
fitness.
Yeah, but as long as the fitness team like watch on your mouth on every day, then he should be good to go to play no matter what.
Yeah,
Like
and
proper
that's
diet and stuff like that.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which is not a problem. That's why I don't blame people that they were scared of it could happen to your mom. What happened to Fadi? Because come on, compared to
Hmm.
like the fitness team that we had before, like they didn't really do fitness that much compared to now,
Yeah,
right?
I,
So
I will say that. Yeah,
yeah,
I will be in agreement with you.
yeah.
But NJ, who do you think was the best player on the night? Because I have a couple players who were really, really good and who I was really impressed with.
I got
I
three of
was
them though.
okay. Okay, well, which of the 11 players that Barcelona fielded impressed you?
I mean, we're not gonna count Lamine Yamal 'cause, come on, he's already good anyway, so we're not gonna count that.
No, no,
Okay,
no. But like for example, I'm just saying, like we know
but
that Lamine Yamal is good, but did he have a performance that said like, wow, like good job, or like he was one of the best performers on the night?
yeah, so I'm gonna share them in one spot. So Inigo and Kobarsi in one
Okay, okay,
because they
so,
were
so
solid. They were very
okay,
solid
so
in it.
so that partnership,
Yeah. The other one would be I'll say Casado. Not Casado. I mean Torre.
Paulo
Because
Torre.
yeah,
Okay.
he was like giving good amount of space, and for everybody it was like very fluid. I'm not gonna give him man of match. Well, that's because he scored goal. Because come on, anybody can score a goal and get man of match. I would say Rafinha, because Rafinha, he was very like active. He had that one pass that could have been scored, but it didn't happen. But it's okay.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
but he was pressing everybody. He was pressing really good and yeah,
Okay. Okay. So those were the players that performed the best for you on the night,
yeah,
and I agree. I think all of them performed really well. But I want to give special importance to Marc Casado because I thought that Marc Casado, even though like he didn't make any huge I would say assists or any big plays or anything like that, he did have a couple good moments. He
for
played
sure, yeah.
the entirety of the minutes. He was everywhere. There was actually a
Hmm.
couple of dribbles, like one or two dribbles, where he got out of tight spaces, was making
Yeah,
driving runs. And overall, I thought he was absolutely fantastic on the night. And Marc Casado is just showing that he was already ready for first team football last season.
yeah.
And I was surprised that Xavi didn't play him.
Again, Xavi was, he was so stressful. He was stressed out, and he was overthinking too much. Like he didn't know what it. Again, the whole thing was just a sinking boat, a ship.
Okay.
I mean, last year. So
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
And Pau Cuarci also was amazing on the night. As you said, that partnership between Inigo Martinez and Cuarci, it's getting better every game. The two players are
yeah.
understanding each other. And one player that we did mention though, who I thought added value was Balde because
Oh yeah,
Balde
yeah. Got your Baldi, yeah,
started
yeah.
because Gerard Martin previously he
Mhm.
did play, and Balde he just gave a different bit of energy on the left
Oh
hand
yeah,
side. You just see the difference between Gerard Martin and Balde, the
yeah.
way that they are able to just basically just handle that left hand side. But Angie, what were your thoughts on Balde's performance tonight?
Oh yeah. It was really good. He was good in the defense duty. He was making a lot of Was it me or like the left side was so open for him?
It was.
Yeah, yeah,
At times you were saying in the watch long how Rafinha and Paulo
yeah,
Torre,
yeah.
they were just
Exactly, yeah.
basically just like drifting inside.
Yeah, to make space for Balde, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Just
that's why in the chat, right? Like if he can get Bayern in the left and him, it will be perfect for Balde because it will open for Balde more. Because if you have two speed in the left side, they're gonna like catch an offset one another. You know what I mean?
yeah, they will. They will. They
Yeah,
will. They will.
that's why I think that's why if we get Bayern, it would be perfect for the left to balance out because they work very well together though in Spain national team. Him and Bayern
Mm, okay.
back then,
Okay.
one time when we played.
Um. Okay, okay. So we talked about Balde, the good performance that he did
Yeah,
have, and we are going to see him in Barcelona's
yeah.
next game against Osasuna, which is going to be on the weekend. Barcelona, they're going to be
Yeah,
going
yeah,
away
yeah.
from home.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Iñaki Peña because Iñaki Peña, this was his first start since Mark Andres ter Stegen's injury,
Yeah.
and I would honestly say nothing really to criticize about Iñaki Peña. He did a
Yeah.
solid job.
Yeah.
He was
He did
caught
his
into
job.
action once. I
Yeah,
think
that one.
it was like the
One
header.
save? The first save in the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes ago. The first.
Yeah, yeah, I would say hold
Yeah.
on. I'll see
That
like
one
Nick
save.
Pina's stats.
He's
Saves inside the box, one. Yep.
that one
And
save. Yeah.
on Perez, yep. On that,
Overall, uh, for a second goalkeeper, performed really good. Solid. Not bad though. No
okay,
bad stuff to say. He did score.
okay.
He did all the playmaking. He was when the players were passing back to him the ball, he actually he didn't second doubt himself.
Hmm.
Because you know how something because you know how Matt I have to match right what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for him, yeah, it was solid for a second goalkeeper. Not bad.
Hmm. And
Fair enough.
I we also saw Iñaki Peña at times act like a sweeper keeper. There were a
Yeah.
couple times where Getafe, they put balls over our center backs,
Yeah.
and Iñaki Peña was called into action, and he came out of them in
Hmm.
confidence and was able to clear the ball. Because at times you did see, you do see some keepers, make a mess out of it, or just
Yeah.
make a mistake, or just have a poor clearance or anything like that. But Iñaki Peña was solid, and
Yeah.
honestly,
For all. Yeah.
if we see these performances from Iñaki, it fills the defense with confidence that you can trust your keeper.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When
Hmm.
they were playing high line, they were okay with Peña being himself alone most
You're
of the
right.
time.
You're right.
So
Uh
yeah,
huh.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, respect him. Play good. I expect him
Hmm.
to do it again against Osasuna.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I do believe it's going to be a different test because I don't know if Osasuna are going to play exactly like Getafe did because
No, no, no,
Getafe,
no, 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 no,
they're,
no,
they're they're
no.
they're one of the most teams, like the most offensive, dirtiest, and most
Oh
tricky
yeah,
teams at times. I
yeah,
would say, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, 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 yeah.
it's
They
not
play
like that.
different. Yeah, they play
Hmm.
different against Getafe.
Yeah, they're
But
going to be playing
good.
very different.
But not gonna lie, this match was a good match test for everybody. If it Flick,
Hmm.
because now since Flick has the experience of facing Getafe now, so he knows how to face it next time. You know.
Okay. I mean
Yeah,
that's something that I didn't keep in mind. Yeah, like
yeah,
just experience facing these teams, just knowing how they play and just adapting because the season is long. We are going to
yeah,
face Getafe again, but we are going to
yeah,
be going away from home. That's just
yeah,
experience on just how Bordalas likes to manage his team and everything.
yeah, exactly.
But Andrew, before we end off the video, the last two players I did want to talk about is about Kunde and Lewandowski. Any thoughts on these players? Because one, I thought Jules Kunde was once again absolutely solid
Yeah,
in that right back position, and this time we saw him, being a little bit more offensive and making those overlapping runs, providing the goal scoring opportunity for Robert Lewandowski. And I thought that
yeah,
Robert Lewandowski, under Hansi Flick, he continues to basically show that he's basically reborn this season, scoring
yeah,
7 goals in 7 games. That's something that I have to give props.
yeah. So with Conde, he should come on, give him high prep because he plays good. Again, he's slowly learning on how to overlap at the right time now, which is good because we need him to overlap as well. Oh yes, of course he's not the fastest right back, but he can cross balls, man, easily, bro.
Hmm.
If
Okay.
he if he overlaps to with Lewandowski, it is what it is. He scores, but again, that's his goal. That's his job to score. But at the same time, his positioning and everything is good, really good. Like no, yeah, solid.
And that's what you need from your striker, being in the right spot at the right time, scoring those goals and scoring
Yeah,
in the in key moments. What's up, Shadis? Lamine might not have gotten on the score sheet or anything, but for the eyes, that was pure cinema. Absolutely, that
Oh
was
yeah,
the
for sure.
case.
Yeah.
There were
Oh yeah.
multiple moments where Lamine Yamal had brilliant touches, brilliant skill moves,
Yeah.
or just even just like the way he was dribbling or anything, and the way he
Mm-hmm.
was passing the ball. Just Lamine Yamal, every single game that goes by, he's just improving and just showing that class as a player.
Yeah.
And I absolutely cannot wait to see Lamine Yamal develop because he's only 17 years of age.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
And also he's built different. So
built different. Yep. Yep.
yeah. So he will be fine. Under and
Mm-hmm.
as long as Hansi Flick the manager, he will be fine under him.
Mm-hmm.
There
And
will be
some
no problems.
And something that what's it called that isn't praised about Lamine Yamal enough is his defensive work rate because there were
Oh
multiple
yeah,
times in
yeah.
this game where he was tracking back, helping
Oh
out
yeah.
Jules Koundé, and there was one action where I believe it was Carlos Perez who was or Carlos Perez who's on the
Yeah.
counter and
Mm-hmm.
Lamine Yamal sprints and is able to recover the ball and able
Yeah.
to just shut out any counter from Getafe, and
Yeah.
that's something that sometimes you don't see out of some players of the profile of Lamine Yamal,
Yeah. I
because you're
mean,
a
yeah.
superstar, you're not going to be defending.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he was under Danny Carvalho's guide as well, right, in the right side.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
he
Yep.
told him to play more defense. So he
Precisely.
shouts,
Precisely.
shout out to Carvajal, but
Mm-hmm.
for that,
Um.
so he learned from that.
Ooh. Okay. Thoughts on Ansu not getting any minutes again? Okay, NJ, you go because we did have a conversation about
Yeah.
this.
So again, based on what I, cause, when Ansu Fati was warming up, right? I can tell, like 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 the original plan was if Barca was like scoring let's say if they were up to 2-0, right, and and if the game was very fluid, he was gonna call Fati at that game, like probably like around the 80 minute, but again he realized uh within by 80 minutes he said he can't call this one because it's too tight because the players are getting more aggressive, more aggressive. They were tackling a lot of
Yeah.
Yamal
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Rafinha a
Because
lot.
because the game was getting physical,
Yeah,
Hansi Flick
exactly. So
opted
so
not to.
and again, yeah, of course, yeah. You said yeah, he needs a game time, obviously, but again, he didn't want to risk Ansu Fati being there because come on, but the two center backs he had was very physical there.
Okay. So Angie's opinion was that Getafe, because they are a physical team, because of that nature, Hansi Flick opted to rest him. But I have a difference of opinion. I believe, that even like I would say it's worrying, but it's not the end of the world because Ansu Fati, he is coming back from an injury. But the thing is that if he only is basically able to get a couple minutes, 5 minutes against
Yeah,
Monaco,
yeah,
wasn't able to play against Villarreal, in which Barcelona were having this dominant score there or anything. It is a little bit worrying that Ansu Fati he isn't getting those minutes, and Ferran is coming ahead of him. But then again, if Hansi Flick has a plan for him, if he views this as a game that Ansu Fati is not going to be thrown
yeah,
into, then I trust Hansi Flick.
yeah.
But
But Elias, when you
we
look
would
at
like to see Ansu Fati. We
yeah,
would like to
it,
see him.
yeah, yeah, even yeah, but when you look at when we're winning 5-1 against Villarreal, you know how they were in the last 10 minutes, how they were acting. They were
No,
like
yeah,
tack.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why.
they were committing fouls.
Yes, right. They won 5-1, but come on, when you look at it, they were like
Uh huh.
aiming, they were targeting Yamal. So imagine if they targeted fighting that game as well, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then they're going to be slowly having to bring like Ansu Fati back into the game because
yeah, yeah,
he's
they
going
will,
to receive because he's an attacker. He's going to be fouled. That's just the nature of
yeah,
his
that's true.
position.
But again, with Ansu Fati, the way he was built, you know, and the way he got injured is different compared to like how Yamal built.
Okay. Okay,
That's
and,
why.
and I mean that's solid.
Yeah.
But for example, we're gonna have to see if he's gonna get minutes this weekend against
Oh
Osasuna
yeah.
because if he
This time,
doesn't get
yes.
minutes,
Yeah. This time,
okay, what happens if Ansu Fati doesn't get minutes against Osasuna? Do
no,
you
no,
think
no.
that's worrying for him or no?
No, no. What I meant is like this Saturday he has to get minutes this weekend. That's it.
Well, okay,
I
but what
meant
happens if he doesn't? What happens
if
if
he
he
doesn't,
doesn't?
then there's something that's holding him back. Why he hasn't called him out?
But you,
There might be some minor, even if it's a green light, it doesn't mean you have to be called right away or play right away. right? So, but
Oh,
again,
see, because like I'm not worried about that physical aspect because I think he's fit. I
yeah,
think if Barcelona gave him the green light and Hansi Flick is looking at him in training
yeah,
and calls him up, I think he's ready to play because Hansi Flick, you see the rhetoric in his press conferences, and he says, "Hey, I want my players to be 100% and put their best
yeah,
effort in these games." And if he's not 100%, I don't think he's gonna call him out. If Hansi Flick opts not to play Ansu Fati, I think it's because he generally prefers, a Ferran Torres over Ansu Fati,
yeah,
or
for the
just
for the
maybe sees Ansu Fati as a rotational player,
yeah, yeah,
rather than like as a starter.
because it would bring the obviously practice more technical, obviously, but it's not all about technical anymore under Flick though. It's more can you run for me like this amount of time, amount of
Okay.
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you have to trust Hansi Flick here, and like no real reason not to. He's what's it called? He's managed to get the team absolutely flying, and
yeah,
if Hansi Flick opts not to play Ansu Fati, then it's because for a reason. Whether
yeah, for
it's
certain, yeah.
he just doesn't he prefers other players over him, he doesn't view Ansu Fati ready, or he just doesn't want to play him in this game.
Or
We're
he
gonna have
might
to
look,
see.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe he might look 100. He might look like 100%, but in Flick's eyes, it's not really 100% yet. You know what I mean?
precisely, precisely.
Yeah,
Like that's something that we're gonna have to see. As the games progress and everything. But I will say though, we want to see Ansu Fati there
oh
because
yeah, for
like
sure, yeah, 100%.
we want to see like what Ansu Fati can offer because there was so
Yeah,
much
of
hype
course,
about
of
his
course,
return and everything.
of course, yeah,
And
100%, yeah,
and
no
that.
doubt, no
Mhm.
doubt with that. But
Also, Balde getting subbed off in the last few minutes is something I don't really get, considering he was also having a solid game and Perez was causing Martin real trouble when he came on. Um, I would
you're
say
right.
resting Balde. I understand that Perez was causing Martin trouble, but
But Buddy was running a lot though.
yeah, that's the thing though. And if you're seeing how much rest he's giving, to Balde, it's precisely because of those fitness issues.
Yeah,
Because
because if you run, you're gonna get a
yeah,
hamstring, right? So
I'm looking at the players that Hansi Flick is rotating, and when you're looking at them, he's rested Balde and Kouarsi on multiple occasions, and he subbed them off in multiple
yeah.
games as well. And I'm looking at these players and I'm thinking, hey, Hansi Flick views him as
Oh yeah, they
key
are
and pivotal
100%. Yeah,
players,
yeah,
and I just see him as just like he's trying to protect them. Just simple
yeah,
as
yeah,
that. He's just trying to protect their fitness and everything. And Martin is the backup.
yeah,
It's that
yeah,
simple.
yeah. That's true. Yeah,
Uh-huh. I don't
He-
view that as like a tactical
yeah, yeah.
change.
It's not, no, no,
I
not
see
at
that
all.
more as a like, hey, I want to protect these players from
Yes,
having
yes,
excess
yes.
minutes or injuries, anything like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Same as Paddy,
Hmm.
right? So he doesn't want him to get like yeah, 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 yeah. Let's say he's great, he's good to go. What if he started running right in first game and he got injured right away? Stuff like that. He's like making sure that everything's like accurate, everything's like organized for
Uh-huh.
Paddy.
Okay. Okay. But NJ, final thoughts before we end off the video. Anything you want to say to end it off? And anything that we haven't talked about, or anything that caught your eye or anything?
I would say that's what I said. The game was solid today in defensive wise, but
Okay.
I expect them to do it again against Osasuna. I expect but this time I expect them to be more offensive more against Osasuna
Okay.
this time.
Okay. Well, I mean, I share some of NJ's views and points. I think it was a very solid performance from Barcelona. I know it wasn't a brilliant, absolutely demolishing or blitzing performance from the team, but you're going to get these type of performances. It's completely normal. Very very solid performance. I
Yeah,
don't have that much critique for the team or Hansi Flick. That's very
yeah,
very
it was
good.
solid.
These are
No,
yeah, these are the type of games last year in which Barcelona they would have struggled, but we
yeah,
didn't. And that's something you have
yeah,
to give praise. And as you said, NJ, we move on.
yeah.
We're going to be playing
What's their
against
standing though? For Osasuna though, what's their standing?
Osasuna. They're
Yeah,
seventh in La Liga at the moment. They
yeah.
have
How many
three
goals did they
wins.
concede though?
They conceded 11 goals. They have a
Okay,
negative. Yeah,
then if we can control our back defense properly, then the offense
yeah.
should be able to deliver no matter what.
They conceded 4 against Girona in one of their opening games, and just previously yesterday they drew 0-0 with Valencia away from home.
Valencia, what?
Yeah, 0-0 against Valencia.
Valencia. Oh
Hmm.
my days, how? Oh my day, Palacio.
Yeah, I mean, with Eric Casado and Torre in the midfield, you're not gonna have your
Yeah,
starters there. That's
of
completely
course.
normal. Like Barcelona, so many injuries, so many players being rested. It makes sense why the game isn't a blitzing scoreline or anything like that.
Yeah, but
And we
yeah,
just move on.
yeah, but not gonna lie, with that midfield that they had, that's good for against like a heavy physical team though. Not
Yeah,
line up midfield. Yeah,
and those players, that's perfectly fine for a rotation. It's perfectly good
yeah,
enough for a La Liga game. They
oh
have
yeah,
quality there. You know,
oh yeah,
you,
100%.
you're not going to play them in a Champions League final or
Oh no,
no
no.
classic or anything like that. But for a Getafe in La Liga at home, yeah,
Wasn't
they can do the
they,
job.
they can be Champions League as well, but I thought it's not like Bayern Munich or whatever,
Oh, I
But
mean, yeah, obviously,
yeah,
or
that
anything
also
like that.
in top games,
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
but
top
overall
games, you're going to
solid.
see things
Everything
different.
good, no problem. It wasn't really like, very stressful game and watch it at all, right? It was
No, no, it
okay.
wasn't.
It,
No.
it was very calm because
Yeah,
we were
it
doing
was a very calm and solid performance, from Barcelona. That's
we were
something you
just
get to
annoyed
give
with the
props.
goal opportunities that was there,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
that
overall
that.
it was the midfield, the defense, the goalkeeping was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was they did their job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. But guys, that was it for the match reaction. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy. We're going to be making more videos because Barcelona. We're going to be talking about Szczesny because we've received the hero
yeah.
goal confirmation, and we're going to see the Polish keeper come out of retirement and join Barcelona squad.
Oh, yo, wait,
And
Elias. Question:
yeah, what's up, Andrew?
Is this is this Hansi Flick's first clean sheet, right? For
Um,
for the
I
for
don't think so. I believe Ter Stegen, he received one clean sheet. Let me see just like the games. Hold on. But is this Barcelona's first clean sheet of the season?
or Hansi Flick's? I don't know. Yeah.
No, against Valladolid. It's our second. It's our second.
Oh yeah, because we scored
Yeah,
7
because
zero against.
it was 7-0.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. All right, okay, not bad. Two
Yeah,
clean sheets in 7 games,
two
not
clean
bad.
sheets. Yeah, I
Good
mean, yeah.
start. No, no, good start for
Uh,
us,
only 5 games, only 5 goals conceded. Very very solid.
Yeah,
And
that's why teams like that, like Osasuna, but we have to take advantage of scoring a lot because what do you call this? It's gonna be a big help for us for goal difference by the end of the season. Telling you,
yeah,
you have to score a
and
lot
then
of goals.
and on top of that, you don't have Araujo, you don't have Christensen, you don't have Frenkie de
Yeah,
Jong. The defense is going to improve. But
when
guys,
are they
as I
coming back
said,
though?
they're coming back
Who's,
in.
who's coming back first though? First.
I think it's Frankie. I think it's Frankie. For Frankie de Jong is coming back like sometime in October.
Oh, okay. Oh, next month.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
like sometime in October. Christensen and Araujo, they're most likely going to come back, at the start of November, around there.
Oh,
Araujo
so
December.
we're gonna
Araujo
miss again.
December.
So they're gonna miss against Bayern Munich then twice.
Yeah.
Oh
They're not
shit.
going to be in that game. I think the one player who could be in that match is Frankie de Jong, but maybe like coming off the bench or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Something like that.
All right.
But
Go.
guys, thank you guys all for watching. NJ, thank you for stopping by. And
Yep.
guys, in these match reactions, if you guys do want to join, feel free. And it's always good to have these conversations. NJ, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
And as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Yep.